Well, in New York right now, representatives of 191 nations that signed the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty back in 1970 are meeting for the 11th time in a 5-year conference to review what's happened over the last 5 years. The Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty has been a foundation to international arms control, but now it's really in danger of falling apart. And the problem is there's 5 nations that have nuclear weapons that signed it. You know, us and France, Britain, Russia, China. But there's 3 who have not signed it, Pakistan and India and Israel, who like all of us to think we're stupid. And North Korea, that once signed it, then pulled out and started developing nuclear weapons once it decided you had to have nuclear weapons to survive as a deterrence. So what's going on now is after 2 nuclear weapons states, the United States and Israel, attacked one of the non-nuclear weapon states, Iran. Iran is asking, why are we in this? And they're looking seriously at pulling out. I don't think that President Trump really thought about the implications of what he was doing when he threw in with Netanyahu on this crazy idea to attack Iran, but the implications are severe. The Straits of Hormuz being shut down is like, yeah, that's bad. That's really bad. Anybody who ever picked up a book on Iran knew about that one. We all did in the military, Straits of Hormuz. But apparently Trump didn't. He was really clueless. But even worse than that is the impact it may end up having on the Non-Proliferation Treaty, which has been one thing that we've been able to keep in place for nearly 55 years, 56. And the implications of that falling apart are even worse than the Straits of Hormuz being closed to 20% of the world's oil shipments. I'm trying to pick words that are respectful, but it's just amazing to me. After all the staff meetings I've been in, all the training and education, that President Trump and his staff didn't think of this as they went through the different implications for attacking Iran last June when he said he had got rid of all their nuclear weapons. He lied. And they didn't have any nuclear weapons to start with, which is what his intelligence people were telling him, but he still lied about it. And then went back again when Netanyahu came and found that whatever that weak point he has in his brain that caused him to have a feeling in his gut that this was a good idea. It's a disaster. It's an absolute friggin' disaster. So I think it would be wise if you took the time to follow just this one short video that's attached to this podcast to understand really what's going on in New York right now, 1 week into this review that happens every 5 years. And there's a lady from Bozeman, believe it or not, who's really quite knowledgeable, who has some ideas about what might be done to move us from this position that we're in now to something a little bit better without losing everything. I'm amazed. I think it's like if a military unit was run the way that President Trump runs this country, they'd all be dead. We may be headed in that direction. This is not good. Anyhow, take a look at this video if you have time. Thank you.